Hello dear friends, and welcome to this live stream in our Facebook group How to Manifest Our Dreams. We are talking today about manifestation, and in this group specifically our task and goal is to manifest our dreams. So today I will talk to you about how to do less and get more. We need to learn how to do less and get more. I repeat, not because we need to become more lazy and stop doing. This is not the purpose. Because if we will become a bit lazy, hoping that, or having this idea that more should come to us by themselves, we are going simply to fail. It is not going to happen. And I don't want to give you this idea that you could be sitting in the couch and great things to be happening to you. But the point of this live stream, hello Eugene, is to understand how to do less in order to get really more. So doing less doesn't mean just stop doing and relax in the couch. But there is a way to do less, because it means we are doing more of the things that we shouldn't do. And I will explain to you how we need to do less of these things. So the first thing that we need to do less, and we are doing more of it, it is we are dwelling too much in the problems. For example, when we have one problem, the tendency of the majority of people is not to go and try to solve it, but first and for some time to start complaining and feeling sorry for themselves. Okay, and we do this while we are feeling sorry about ourselves, complaining and saying, for example, oh, why this is happening to me? This is something that usually we are saying. Oh, why this is happening to me? Okay, while we are doing this and we are saying why this is happening to me, we lose a lot of energy and power. And after we receive less from life, we are less able to achieve our goals. Okay, so we need to do this less. What is the right thing to do? The right thing to do is the following. When you have an obstacle in your life or a problem, to immediately take a decision. Or you are going to solve this problem, or it is enough, you don't need this kind of thing in your life, and you can overall change the trajectory of your life. For example, if you realize that you have some problem in your relationship, let's say, maybe the true reason is that this relationship is not going anymore forward. And maybe this is the indicator that you should actually move on in your life and split with your partner. Okay. Or that you need to deal with it. You need to talk to your partner and solve it. This means doing less of sitting with myself and wondering why this happens to me and suffering. Oh, my relationship is not going well. My partner doesn't like me. And so on and so forth. Hello Daniela, welcome to the live stream. Also, we need to do less of being angry and talking aggressively with other people, trying to prove our point. I see a lot of people engaging too much in conversations and debates, simply quarreling and arguing with no result. Many people think that there is a result. For example, I express myself, but this kind of expression doesn't lead really anywhere, because in the end we remain frustrated. And even if we express something, many times we start suffering after a while more, because the other person didn't understand us, and because actually by quarreling and fighting with other people, in the end we really generate negativity more that comes after and hits us back again. So we need to do this less. Because we lose a lot of time when we have different situations, like problematic situations. Instead of solving them, just to complain, argue, fight, feeling sorry for ourselves, and dwell in the underworld. Also, another thing that we need to do maybe less is to overwork ourselves. For example, many times, I will tell you a simple example. One time I'm going usually in the mountains often, and if you do it right, if you hike enough hours and you give yourself also time to rest, you will be very empowered from communication with the nature. One time though, I met a guy who was going also to the same place where I was going, to the top of Olympus mountain, and he decided to do this all at once. He wanted to do more, and he got less. He managed in 12 hours to go from the bottom until the end and back, and he was exhausted. And then for the rest of the week he was in the bed. He was almost sick. They had to carry him. Yes, he checked the box that he did something, but actually he weakened himself, right? I did the same in 3 days in this case, and I came back, I rested a bit one day, and I was feeling very empowered. So sometimes we overdo things. We need to work, for example, for our project, and instead of accomplishing our work during 3 days, working 5 hours per day, and feeling also rested, having good ideas and so on, we try to finish by working 15 hours straight. And the result of this is that, for example, we work the first 5 hours okay, and the rest 10 hours we struggle, which like we are squeezing our life force, and in the end we don't have also good results, because working like this, when you start getting exhausted or tired, in the end the last half of your work will be not good quality. But if you will take some time to do enough, to be enough, I don't say to work very little, but to be enough, to not overdo it, then, for example, let's say the work that you would do in 15 hours, you split it in 3 days of 5 hours work. After 5 hours you are enough, you have enough, you don't need to focus more on the same thing. You rest, and the next day you have again fresh energy, and you will do much more good work. You will have better results. So this is another example that you can do less, seemingly less, but you get more. Okay, so you need to see, in this case in your life, when you are overdoing it. Maybe, for example, you decided to change your body and to start training. And in this case, you start training very hard, and in 1 week of hard training in the gym, or in 1 month, you are exhausted and you have burned out your body, and now you don't have any desire or appetite to continue. This is another example that you can do it physically. Or you decide to do anything in any way, and if you become obsessed to do as much as you can, there is this famous spiritual story, like anecdote, where the student was asking his master, if I meditate 1 hour per day, how many years I will need for illumination? And the master said, in this case you will need 20 years. If I will meditate 2 hours per day, the master said 10 years, so half. You will meditate more, half time. And then the student was thinking, if I meditate 4 hours per day, the master said, then 5 years. And then he said, what if I meditate 15 hours per day? And the master said, then in this case you will need 80 years. So it means now you passed the limit, so there is a limit. If you do more than that, you will get less. So in this case, doing less to get more, it means doing less of this obsessive too much that we many times do. Many times we do too much. We are tiring ourselves, and you need to do less of this tiring. Another thing that you need to do less of is starting too many creative projects and having too many creative ideas at once and trying to apply them all. In another way, this is called also the shining object syndrome. The shining object syndrome is a situation where people are searching for new ideas, knowledge, or anything that will help them in something that they need to accomplish. And in order to do this, they are, for example, you may hire a coach to help you have better energy. And then you hear about another coach, you hire another coach, and then you hear about the psychologist, you hire a psychologist, and you overdo it. Yes? You have too much good energy now coming to you, and this confuses you. Or you may want to implement, let's say, in your project, some new applications or some new programs in your laptop to start painting. You want to paint something in a project, and you find different, for example, new programs that you can buy, and one program is helping you to do this, the other is helping you to do something else. They are all amazing, and you want to use them all. And in the end, you end up confusing yourself, overwhelming yourself, because you try to over-create something. Okay. Or, you are searching for some new ideas to do something in your life, and you are having too many of them, and you try to implement them all. Okay. This is similar to multitasking. The best approach here is if you have one creative approach or a creative idea or one new thing. Let's say I'm now using, live streams to transmit to you some knowledge. Let's say I'm searching to find new ways or ideas how to do this live stream, and there is a course that tells me how to do this better. And then as I'm searching, I buy this course, let's say, I found somewhere some other information how to do it from another coach or another perspective. Then I find a book about live streams, how to succeed in live streams. Then I find, a YouTube video or a series of videos, and I buy them all because all they give me some new perspective. And I need this, and I need that, and I need the other thing. Or, for example, you try to learn music, and you see in front of you a course or a book or a method how to play the guitar, the blues music. Oh, amazing, I would like to learn to play the guitar, this blues song from like this guitarist. And then you find another series of trainings how to play guitar like a great rock guitar player. And you want also this, and you want also this, because they are all awesome. And you want all of them at once. Okay. And in this case, again, this is a case that you should do less and get more, because the more things that new things you want to incorporate in order to feel creative, you may confuse in the end yourself and not do anything. I'm also guilty of this shiny object syndrome. Many times for example, I have some ideas, I go to a bookstore, I see a couple of books that I want because there is this desire for me to get some ideas, some knowledge from books. I was doing it in the past more. I would go to this bookstore and I would see, interesting book, interesting book, interesting book, interesting book. I didn't know which to choose, and I would buy all of them and try to read them. And usually I would end up reading, 10% of each book. And in the end, everything was like a salad in my head. This is another example where you should do less and get more. So, to recapitulate, do less and get more does not mean that you really need to stop doing. Because actually the children who are playing all day, maybe playing all day football or with their toys or in the forest or jumping up and down or whatever they are doing, if you would tell a child to do less to get more, he would not want. He wants all day to be happy and active. He doesn't have this principle that I should be active. He doesn't do this because he needs to achieve something. He doesn't say, well, if I need to achieve happiness in my childhood, I need to be active all the day. No. He simply enjoys doing what he's enjoying doing, and he doesn't want to stop. If you tell him, but you need to rest, just do less, be zen or something like this, the child will not want to be zen and do less of what he enjoys doing. He wants actually to do it as much as he wants to do it. So there is a kind of doing which is a lot, is not less, but it is the right doing, the doing that you enjoy and empowers you. And if this doing empowers you, you don't have to do less of this. You can do from this as much as you enjoy. But if you see that you start burning out or you are tiring yourself, and the results that you get in your life are actually diminishing and you are getting more confused, it may be a sign, and I explained you many times what this could be, that you are doing more of things that you should not do. And this will make you get less. So you need to stop doing these things. Do less of these things, specifically what I told you in this video, and you will get immediately much more in your life. And if you want to master this advice and this way of living, I invite you in our community, in our school, and especially in the 2 upcoming retreats. We have one in Egypt and one in Peru. These are amazing journeys where I will teach you exactly how to eliminate these negative habits so that you will be able to do really less, more of the right things, less of these useless things that we are doing. Losing your time for useless things will tire you, and so if you do the right things in the right amount, you will be able to do more and get much more. Okay, I will put the link of these events in the description. If you are serious about your evolution, consider subscribing to our school and participating in our events, because really I want to share the knowledge that I have accumulated all my life to help you take your life in your own hands and become the powerful and free person that you deserve. I will see you in the next live stream. I wish you to stay hungry for motivation and joy, more joy in your life. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you soon. Take care, my friends. Bye bye.